Welcome back, everyone. I'm Felix, and this Reddit is about I hate my ex-husband and his new wife. Okay, story time. My mustache just started itching for some reason. I haven't even listened to this one. I just got it saved. Someone to see what it was about. A lot of times when I save them, there's a reason. I don't know why I saved this one. But I got it saved, so let's see what's going on and see what their thoughts are on it. Sorry, my brain is not functioning. I think the itching was a sign of my brain shutting down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's find out why she hates her ex-husband. Ooh, I kind of wonder if he cheated or something while they were together. She just discovered it. Something like that.
Husband and his new wife
hate to spare.
just got a long email from my kid's stepmom pretty much telling me that she doesn't mind giving the kids extra clothing to go to school so long as they get it back from my house. She says the issue isn't who bought it, but the issue is getting decent clothing back.
It's clearly who bought it. It's clearly who bought it.
By the way, this comes from Beneficial Question 75, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. OP says, at the same time, I got a text message from my ex-husband berating me because I didn't clip my son's fingernails on this trip. I couldn't find my nail clippers.
Why didn't he clip them before he went over? Clearly they need a clip. He could have clipped them. It sounds like the ex-husband and the new wife were just being a-holes already. It's like you could have clipped them. And it's the kids' clothes. As long as they're wearing them, where does it matter where they go? Where they stay? Unless mom here is selling the clothes or something, I don't understand, to be honest with you.
To 5, and I am the only income. My kids don't get brand new clothing at my house. My kids have to...
I know I'm still jumping the gun a little, but 5, are all the kids the ex-husbands? That's another thing. That's one thing I want to know. Is he the father of all 5 of those kids? And then he needs to step it up.
Until it's threadbare because I can't afford to run out and give them new clothes
Then
or
Dad
even
needs to
go
step
to
up and buy
Goodwill and
clothes.
get them clothes all the time. I do the best I can on an income of $42,000 for a family of 5. My kids don't get brand new clothing at my house. My kids have to wear their clothing until it's threadbare because I can't afford to run out and get them new clothes or even go to Goodwill and get them clothes all the time. I do the best I can on an income of $42,000 for a family of 5.
Obviously, this is edited off the podcast, but still. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. It's edited off the podcast, so probably she was saying something after the 42,000 and it jumped around. They probably were talking about it. And I wonder where the full clip is. I could look for it. I'm not going to.
Don't get child support from my ex-husband, and between him and his wife they make 80 to 90 grand.
Why don't you get child support? I hate when I hear of that. It's like, why aren't you getting child support? No, if I'm not getting child support, let's say it was me in that role, we're doing child support. There is no getting away with not doing child support, or you're going to have to step up and buy the kids clothes for both locations. Something. Because it sounds like Dad is cheaping out, to be honest with you.
A year, depending on how busy his business is. I'm currently in college trying to get my bachelor's degree, and it's not cheap or easy to try to do that while working full-time and taking care of my kids. And the two of them always point out what I'm doing wrong. How my kids are suffering because I'm in school and can't spend a lot of time with them, and just generally picking me apart. I'm trying so hard to hold it all.
She sounds weak. I'm sorry to say that. She does sound weak. Like, she's doing what she thinks she has to do and not following through on getting that money from that husband. I guarantee he walked all over her. And he probably was cheating on her. In a lot of ways, I hate to say this, I don't feel sorry for people like this. Because it sounds like you should be getting child support and you're not. And I guarantee she probably just did it to avoid conflict. And I I actually can't stand being around people who do stuff to avoid conflict like that. It's like, it's one thing to avoid getting into like a fist fight. It's another thing to avoid getting what's yours. It's like, you're owed that money. You should have got child support. I don't understand why you didn't fight for it. Oh, but it's not that simple. So you would rather suffer, which is what's going on here, than get that child support. I know I don't know everything behind the scene, but nah, get that money. In this case, get that money for the kids. Put your whole, I don't want to have conflict aside and get that money for the kids. And as for the father, I don't get the father. That's why I said, I want to know, are all these kids his? If all five are his, and he needs to step up. You know. Sorry. So far on both sides, I really don't like either one. I don't like either side.
Do the best I can, and it's never enough. I really truly feel hatred for those two, and I hate feeling.
Again, she doesn't speak up. She just takes it. She just lets them berate them and just, okay, I can see it. She's okay. That's all she does. She doesn't argue back. She doesn't fight back.
There are some relevant comments. I'm just wondering
why
why you
is
don't
there
get
no
child
child support?
Also,
And-
why, if they're so worried about their kids, would they not want to, just make sure that their kids have enough clothes,
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's a lot being left out of this story. A lot. Like, the main thing. Why is there no child support? We need to know why there's no child support. I'm sorry, we do. There's got to be a reason. And the most common reason I always hear is they just didn't want to be bothered with trying to get money. It's like, nah. You go to court, you do the thing, you get that in place. Because one day they suddenly come into money, there's nothing in place, you're out. But yeah, there's something missing. I feel like there's a whole lot missing. And I hate to be that person we're trying to read more into it, but in this one, there's so much missing. That's why I say I feel like she's a submissive person. Because submissive people do this stuff where they just try to avoid conflict, just take it and let people keep. Because I would not be doing this crap. You would not be berating me. You would not be complaining about the clothes. But like, if you're that worried about clothes, then buy their entire wardrobe for both houses. You got the money. Help out. And it's just like, I would have went to court and got that child support. I would have got spouse support, child support. I would have got everything. If they're making that much money, he would have been paying me. Let me tell you, I would have got that money. That's why I said I don't understand men and women who do that. Especially men. Men tend to not want to go for spouse support or child support because it's not manly. Like, get over that crap. Put your pride aside. Take care of the kid. The kid is supposed to come first. If you're the only one, you need to take care of that kid. You're all that kid has.
It seems like nonsense to me that they'd pick you apart and then not help you when it's
Yeah.
also his kids.
It's his kids too. I don't.
Although I think for like the clothes and stuff, there's resources out there like
Clothing
Salvation
drives and
Army,
stuff, yeah.
Pop some tags at the Goodwill. There's Valley Value Center. Everything there's $1 on Tuesdays.
Well, I think OP just said I don't have.
That's
I can't afford to
bad.
run out. Oh wait, no, just I can't.
Yeah.
But there's some comments. Comment 1 says, you're doing the best you can, and I'm sure your kids know you love them. You should try to get some child support. Sounds like he's getting off easy. OP says, the last time we went to court, the only thing that happened is I got the ability and the right to claim the children on taxes every year until they're adults. The majority of his businesses, he gets paid cash under the table, and the little bit of cash he doesn't get paid under the table or that he does claim is not enough to get child support from him, and they don't.
You had a crappy lawyer. First off. Secondly, you should have reported him to the IRS. Because the IRS would tear his ass apart if they found out he was getting paid on. If you know he's getting paid under the table, report him to the IRS. Trust me, he'll get tore apart by the IRS.
Look at his wife's income. Maybe if I get into a better financial situation and can afford a lawyer, I'll revisit it. I only have 2 more years and then I'll have my degree. Commenter 2 says, if he makes that much money, why aren't you getting... We already know that. Where's the other father of the older kids? OP says, deceased. He passed away in 2016. Comment 3 says, if he makes that much money, why aren't you getting child support?
Yeah, everyone said... I'm sorry. I don't care if it's on the table. I'm going to bring that up in court. I'm bringing everything up in court. He's getting paid under the table, and I can prove it. Get that evidence to prove he's getting paid under the table. Be like, this is what he claimed on taxes. So if he's claiming this much on taxes, and also get his tax returns. If his tax return shows he's only claiming so much, like way lower than what the lifestyle they're living, that'll prompt an investigation by the IRS itself. Trust me, I'd be burning this man to the ground. A man or woman, I'd be burning him to the ground. Don't let them get away with this. I'm sorry, that's what she's doing. She's letting them get away with it.
Comment 4, we all know this. Stop asking about the child support. We know.
Well, no, I wanted that one looked like it was more detailed about.
She makes the bulk at $65K a year. He underreports his earning, $30 to $40K a season, but he reports $10 to $15K unless he's lied to me, which could be the case too. But knowing him, I doubt it. Comment 4 says, is it underreporting or just business expenses that take away from his gross income, causing him to pay less tax? I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure her income wouldn't count. OP says, her income doesn't count. I've been dealing with this for going on 5 years now. I've gone to court several times with my clinicals starting this fall, and
even if he's underreporting his taxes, you still should be able to get child support. I've seen him rake a guy over the coal for child support, where the guy barely can live on, but yet, nah, she had a crappy lawyer. Either she defended herself or she had a crappy lawyer. Maybe that's why she's talking about we get somebody and get a lawyer. Yeah, you had a crappy lawyer. If you had a lawyer, they were crappy. They were a dollar store lawyer. They were crappy.
the workload for nursing school increasing. I don't have it in me to fight a court battle too. I just need to focus on getting through the next 2 years and getting licensed. And did the ex turn the kids against OP? OP says he plays favorites with the twins, and my daughter is starting to notice. His own actions are turning them against him. I will never speak poorly of him to them, and when he doesn't show to events, like their birthday party this year, point to tell them he was really sick or something along those lines. Life's hard enough, and they don't need to feel unwanted or not important by my word. OP on her oldest kid's having a job. OP says my 15-year-old does. He's saving for a car. He is my oldest. You have to be 14 here to hold the job, so my middle has another year. OP on blocking the stepmother. OP says she has my number blocked, which is why she emails me. She blocked me after my daughter said stepmom pulled her hair when she was mad at her. Don't touch my...
Oh, no, I would have been in jail. Oh, nah, I would have been in jail. Stepmom would have got, and I would have sued for full custody. After that, I would have sued for full custody and child support. I would have I would have destroyed that man. I would have destroyed both of them. Nah. Oops.
My daughter?
Also, there was a comment from Red Bull Rana that says that if the father of the oldest has passed away, you may be able to withdraw his Social Security for your kid.
Turns out she brushed my daughter's hair roughly and pulled it because my daughter was refusing to listen that morning. Not even remotely okay, but legally I was told no crime was committed, and I could have documented it, but that was it. By the way, I did have it documented. OP says I'll report him to the IRS again. The vast majority of you are amazing, and I really appreciate the suggestions. It can't hurt to keep reporting. For the extreme few who say I shouldn't have had kids if I couldn't afford them, I was fine. Then got married, became a stay-at-home mom with my twins, my youngest. We moved to a new state where I had zero family or support, but he had his family. Then after a year there, he cheated on me. And when we finally divorced, everything was split 50-50. Guess what? We had no savings, and with only his income, I didn't walk out with much.
50-50? Yeah. Some states, even if the spouse cheats, everything still gets split 50-50. I hate that. Like, you destroy the marriage, you shouldn't get crap.
I hate that I have shared custody where I have to deal with someone who verbally and mentally mistreated me. I love the suggestion of the co-parenting app and will be looking into it more. OP on her ex paying child support. We have 50-50 custody. I technically make more than him. And there is an update 2 years and 2 months later.
Yeah, I would just, at least try to, I know you hate the guy, but just being like, dude, like your kids need clothes. Like, are you really going to be so prideful and stubborn and petty that you you don't
wouldn't even
want
help him with
to
clothes?
provide. And it's like,
Well, even
I think the thing is that he
Yeah.
just wants to be the one to provide him himself, so he's like the better parent.
Well, even when they give the kids clothes, the stepmom's like, "Can you bring those back? They can't have those clothes when they're at your house." Like, that's crazy. Those are
Yeah.
your kids'
Dude,
clothes.
step off, stepmom.
But there is a second update or another update 2 years and 2 months later. I made a post here 2 years ago. How I hated my ex-husband and his wife. I have an update.
He cheated and left the other wife.
1, I am a registered nurse now. My kids have new clothes, and thanks to your advice, I was able to keep them in really nice clothes until I was able to afford new stuff.
Good.
2, I have a boyfriend. This is relevant.
You do?
My ex made fraudulent claims about him to DCF. He was eventually told if he continued, then the police would be involved. He still has moments where he slips up, but he's been more helpful and less condescending by a lot. Thank you to whoever suggested the parenting app. The court agreed it was a good move, and I think that above all else, that has made a huge difference. Not sure who cares, but I wanted to say thanks. And comments. Comment 1 says, so I guess the IRS never got him for working under the table. Reply says, not many IRS agents left. Doubt they're going after anyone for the difference between 10K and 40K annual income. Comment 2 says, these kinds of stories are a huge part of why I could never be a stay-at-home mom. Need to hedge risk and keep working. Reply says 100%, even without worrying about divorce, you never know what the future holds. The primary wage earner could get sick, become disabled, or pass away in an accident. Women stepping away from work and having to scramble to re-enter the workforce after years of pausing their careers really ends well. You do yourself and your family no favors by stopping work. Comment 3 says, wow, they were teaming up to tear her down, and now look at her. She's doing better, and they hate that.
Yeah.
And that is the end of that story.
They probably really do hate the fact that she's doing better. But yeah, I don't understand people like this. Is like, just sign away your parental rights. If you're going to be that crappy of a parent, you know, the husband, he should just stop. Anyways, that was a good story. And I had a feeling the husband cheated. And depending on the state they're in, like I said, cheating doesn't change the outcome of how things get split up, which sucks. I don't know if that's the case where I live in West Virginia. Hopefully I never find out. 1, my wife would have to go somewhere in order to cheat on me. 2, I would have to go somewhere in order to cheat on my wife. And every time I go anywhere, it's always with my wife. And if my wife goes anywhere, 90%, 99% of the time, it's with the kids. It's not like we go off by ourselves. And honestly, most of the time when I leave the house, it's either go to the grocery store or go to get fast food. It's probably why I'm not losing weight. All right, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and everyone take care. Later.